scrap box is made from a chunk of poplar that I had laying around. Simple box. Let's see if we can. I don't know if you can see the joints because it's all black. I glued it up, and in my haste, I never bothered to look at it. And when I opened it up, unclamped it, opened it up, looked at it, the joints were all open. It'd be tight up here and open down here, and it was open in the middle, and then over on one of the other ones it was another. This one was open. So what I did was, let's see if we can find it, this one right here, you can just make out there, that little line right there. Can't do this. Right there, that line. How am I going to hide that ugly joint? And when I cut the lid off, there was a monstrous gap because I wasn't paying attention. Didn't have it. I was just freehanding it on the saw, and then anyway, I screwed up the joint. Put it politely. So I decided I'll just route a V-groove to cover up the misalignment. And then I figured, well, since I'm doing a V-groove there, I'll just do another one across the bottom. And then I'll flip it on its side. Let me get a good, and I'll do one here on each corner, vertical. So you got horizontal, vertical, you got a square and a square, square and a square, and you got this open space in the middle. You know. And then chamfered the edge. Just to cover up all those ugly open joints. And when I ran the router across the chamfer, they all disappeared. I decided that this was just going to be a prototype. So I spray painted it black. Put no effort into it. You just didn't seal the top. You can see the grain. It's even worse on the inside. And I didn't seal the bottom. It's just as bad. Let's get a nice reflection. There. Just cheapy Home Depot, whatever it is supposed to be, but not quite 1/4 inch plywood. So what I was left with was a box and a lid and no way to secure the lid to the box. It's just a little box, nothing special. Put a little piece of green felt in there. So I had to come up with a way. Didn't have to come up with a way. I knew exactly what I was going to do after I did it. I took a piece of maple scrap that I had laying around, and I cut out a rabbet here. Cut out a rabbet. There's a video of me cutting that rabbet, one of the earlier ones. It's all nice and dark and you can't really see what I'm doing because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. But anyway, cut that out, and then mitered the corners so that it would look semi-nice. I'm going to put it in here. So now you have a lip for the box to the lid to register on. And if any of my siblings see this video, you'll know from that color where this came from. And if you don't, this was a cabinet at my grandmother's house that I took out. So this maple is probably 60 years old. Hard as a rock. Beautiful to machine. Now you have a lip. I have a lip on the inside. There. You can see that lip. So I needed to make a tray. And because this was just a prototype, I made this little tray out of scrap. These were basically, I was going to use them for something else as a veneer, but never did. They just sat in a scrap box till I made this. And if you look at it close enough, it's not square. It's not anything. It was just a, the joints are ugly. It's just butt jointed, glued together, held together. It weighs about, I don't know, 1/2 ounce. Some ridiculous thing like that. But you put it all together, It's magic. Look at that. Ooh. That's a good angle. Pull out the tray, and there you go. This is going to get, in here is going to get some felt. I'll just glue it in there. This is never meant to be anything other than a practice box, a trial box. Nothing is square. It doesn't fit all that well. It fits good enough for me, but people seem to like it. My mom already claimed it. And then that fits on there. I had a hell of a time. The paint wouldn't dry. Never buy Valspar paint. It doesn't want to dry. It's still sticky. What I had to do was spray a top coat of the Deft Spray lacquer just to seal it up, because you'd put the lid on it and you couldn't get the lid off because it would be sticking together. Very liquid paint. I don't know what you'd say, but it just, I don't like it. I'm not buying it again. It's a piece of scrap poplar and a scrap piece of 8-inch-ish plywood from Home Depot, and came out pretty nice. I'm surprised. Alright, thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time.